Don't mention Go Live presenters.
BBC presenters.
What? We have 1 week where we don't mention BBC presenters. Hello. Welcome to Transformers the Show.
May I have your attention, please? The captain of your ship! I'm sorry. When you found this away! You left me broken hearted! But I never loved you anyway! No, I never loved you anyway! No, I never loved you anyway! No, I never loved you anyway!
It's a week before Transformers Nation, and we are all here to rock your labias. It's going to be an absolutely intense show tonight. We're all in a bit of an excited mood, aren't we? Because it's only 7 days to go.
Did you turn the music up then? Because
No.
literally my brain exploded. It was so loud, so loud.
Do you normally wear earphones?
I've got the no, just the same thing I always have. It definitely was
I just
loud.
noticed that a lot of times we've got the music on.
In the end, I enjoyed it and I was rocking out, so it was fine. But you know, the initial kick.
From the ears.
I've heard the viewers or have seen the viewers comment on it before how loud it is, and I've always thought, no, it's not. And actually,
if anything, yeah, it's too quiet. Too quiet.
Granddad, calm down. You know.
Grown-ups are talking.
Right.
I know.
Gents, thanks for joining us tonight. What have we got coming up tonight? Well, we're going to choose our top 5 Action Masters. So how's that for you? Then we're going to do the opposite, because Hasbro are taking G1 toys and they're making them articulate. So we'll look at that and we'll have a discussion on that. Got all the news. We're going to have Prime Times toys. Graham's going to join us. He's going to go through some of the upcoming TFN excitement, because they'll be there. They've got an even bigger table, I've been told, than ever before. So we've got all that and a lot more. But first of all, starting off with
sorry, I will also get to the news.
What's his name? Was his name Linus?
Age
Linus?
catching up with me now.
Reckland Dice.
I got some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Brian Robs. Anyway, Haslab Deathsarus. We've had photos of what's happening. So there's the box art.
Ooh.
It is nice box art. Was it Guido who was doing this? I think that's his name.
From Star
Good.
Wars.
I'm glad we're all took an interest in that. But yeah, I'm sure
Guido
it
from
is.
Star Wars. Cool.
Yeah, Guido. That's exactly who it is. He's branched out into art now, and good on him, because he needed to find something to do. And there you go with the still extremely questionable chair. Just
Very too accurate throw.
I know, but anyway, there he is with his bow and arrow thing. I mean, I think it's looking nice. I think they needed to get him in slightly more dynamic poses, because they're a bit like the poses I'd put him into. I'm not seeing any of the stuff Jamie would do in his photos. These are all a bit that way, yeah. A bit brickish, but I'm sure there will be onto a robot chicken.
Love that show.
But it does look good. And I think the colours and everything are coming together on it as well. And you can jam a stick up his ass so he stands on his own, which is always
Why
good.
make it red?
Sword is fierce.
Looks like it's hanging up his
Just
balls.
really dry. That's just his schlong. Oh, here we go. Early doors. And there's the back of the box.
Mistransformed schlong.
Yeah. Anyway, product shots. There you go. So there was that. That was a thing. These are the Yellow Park ones, the kits, or is this the DLX? I can never remember. Anyway, it's some of
I think
these
it's
things.
Yellow Park. I don't know. Do they actually come as kits, or they are just kits? Like they are.
I thought
just...
Yellow Park ones were the model kits that you put together. I don't own one, and I've never owned one, but I'm sure people have commented on having to build them after getting them. But anyway, there you go. There's I did put it into Flame Toys, Yellow Park booth. There you go. So you've got Dark of the Moon, Optimus Prime, and Dark of the Moon Megatron. So there's Megatron. which means over the page, Optimus Prime.
Bumble Jumper saying yellow, so I don't know if he's hinting at what it's called or if he's been cool from 2014.
YOLO.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't know how to say hello. Many different possibilities.
Hello. That's how they say that.
Gamer Edition Megatron. Somebody's got in hand and done some comparison shots with the original. Fall of Cybertron or War for Cybertron? No, original on the left, because that cannon is one of the greatest Transformers weapons of all time. And unfortunately, they have made it more accurate to the game, but I prefer that cannon personally. So the one on the right is the new one. That's the back of it.
It looks like he's just got like a rolling pin attached to his arm, like he's about to go do.
That's his fusion cannon. And to be fair, that is more like what it looked like in the game to that, but that does look freaking cooler, doesn't it? Is that just me?
In the game?
He was what? Did you say a baker?
Baker. Was he a baker? You make
I never thought I'd say that. I miss him drinking. There he is next to the Optimus Prime, which is way beefier. I mean, that's it's not just me, is it? That Optimus Prime looks chunky compared to the Megatron.
I think I know who buys all the. I think I know buyers of the cakes. Yeah, this is it, right?
But there you go. Anyway, there's his tank mode, which just looks like the tank did. You get the nice mace as well, I suppose. Mace axe thing. And there he is next to or behind. Is that Siege Megatron? I think it is the Siege one, is it? Or is that the Earthrise? It's the Netflix one, is it? It's got the.
You can tell for the gappage in the leg.
And there you go. Anyway, so there's that. For those people collecting Earthspark, and we do have some of our viewers collecting the Earthspark figures. The Starscream one got revealed, although I'm sure this looks like it's like a rehash of an old figure from Cyberverse or something like that. Again, you guys in the chat who are into this stuff, you might be able to tell us. And hang on, where's the robot mode gone? There it is. And it comes as a builder figure, so it comes with that other Seeker who I can't remember the name of now. But there you go.
Sunstorm.
And some of the is it Paramount Plus only? Is it only in America or is it over here in the UK where you can now watch the next episodes of Earthspark? But if you haven't got Paramount Plus, they are on YouTube. Because randomly came up on my feed that were like one of the episodes, and I clicked on it, and then there was about 5 other runs to follow on after it. So I have managed to watch a few of them. They're all right, you know. It's a lot like what I've had before. It's decent.
I've got Paramount Plus. What episode are you looking for? I'll find out later. And
I think this original series 1 got up to episode 19 or 20, so it follows on from that. So it'll be 21, 22,
I'll
23.
report back when we have a little break in a little bit. I'll report back.
Cool. I look forward to it. Bludgeon and is it Trashmaster have appeared? I think it was in Hong Kong or somewhere like that. So somebody's got them in hand, taken a couple of photos, as you do, knock them out quick, and then shared them. It was. I don't think it was Demo. No, I don't think it was. I don't know who it was. Whoever it was, though, thank you for the photos. I can't remember. And there's Trashmaster, and I am still not particularly interested in this figure. But I
he looks very
totally respect people who are.
Fisher Price.
There was a wreck car, wasn't it? There was a wreck car which turned into a dump truck, wasn't there? One of the Earthspark or something. I can't remember what it was, but it reminds me of that.
I think you compared it to the one from Transformers Animated once on the show.
That's it.
He turned into a dump truck, so yeah, maybe that's where it comes from. He actually looks better in that shot than during that static pose, so maybe it's just getting him in the right pose. Sometimes that is the way with a figure; just looks boring, and then you get it in a pose, and you go, "There he is." What else we got? Oh, there's that was it. All the pre-orders went up, didn't they? So all the pre-orders went up this week. I think it was on the 1st or the 2nd of August. I forget which day it was. And if you haven't realized, if you've been on another planet for some reason, you can pre-order all these figures. You can get Detritus if you wish to, with his goatee beard. You can get Strong Arm with her strange, looks like a person in a costume look, wearing a weird mask.
It looks awful there. Why is this one Strong Arm? Some photos she looks awesome, and some photos she looks
know it's again. It must be something about how you pose it. Yeah. There's Dreadwing, looking nice. There's Bludgeon again. Oh crap! What's this one called again?
Derek.
Oh crud! It's gone. It's really gone. She's a female character. She was inside of
It's not Nightbird, is it? It's not Nightbird. It's
I can't remember. Jamie, can you remember the name of this one? It's frig, it's gone. Anyway, you know, in the chat, you'll have already told us. There's the core class Snarl.
Shadow Striker.
Thank you, Shadow Striker. That's the one.
Trilogy's the best.
There's the new core class Prime.
Core class Snarl looks right, actually.
There's already there's reviews of Bombshell that are up on
Incorrect,
YouTube.
Ed. It's Shadow Striker, I think you'll find.
There's somebody called something like Thundertron Reviews, who's he's clearly a younger lad, and he's done a review of this. And I was watching it, and in the last few minutes of it, it's a good review, but in the last few minutes of it, it's like the lad suddenly becomes blur because he's talking so fast, it's ridiculous, and it was just mental. But anyway, it looks good. And what else did we have? Oh yeah, so we had the group shot and the Stunticon box set, which it's amazing how many people are selling off their Menasor, because they obviously have pre-ordered this and shifting their existing Menasor. So there's the group shot of the lads. Lads.
And version, right?
There he is.
Toy? Is it toy?
I don't know if they're specifically said. He's just got more like paint on it, and some people feel it looks better. Paint job's different, you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
So for people who are big fans, and then somebody got Dreadwing in hand and put him next to his brother Skyquake, and also with a few of the other Decepticons there.
All hanging out.
Looking nice, just chilling. I do like Dreadwing's new weapon. His weapon is very cartoon accurate. And there he still has the compatibility with Needlenose, so he probably still will hopefully be getting the Predators at some point. Then there was this. So this is a Takara subline, which kind of came out of the blue, and people thought it was a joke of this, and this has been proven apparently not to be a joke. So they are doing what they're calling the missing link line, where basically they're taking G1 Optimus Prime, and I don't know if they're going to do other characters, but they're taking G1 Optimus Prime, and they're giving him modern articulation, apparently. So it's an articulated G1 Optimus Prime, and a lot of people seem to be very excited for this. I look forward to seeing what it's like once it's done, because it's hard to tell from these photos. I think it looks interesting. There's two versions, isn't there, which I think comes up on one of the pictures. This was proven to be false and fake.
Internet.
Which people got really excited when they saw it, but it's not. It's not real. It's a fake.
Look at the one
phony.
in the right-hand corner, the one that's for the Megatron that's flying. Sorry, I'm going to have to say go back a picture, which I hate saying.
Flying Megatron. But yeah, there you go. It would have been nice, but maybe it still will happen. But I think the gun laws are a big part of the reason why they can't re-release it or something. I think this is called Delophicon or something like that. So the same guy who had the JP12 photos last week has taken photos of this. So got them together.
I've got to get these for my little boy.
Looks pretty good.
It's pretty good alt mode, isn't it?
I'm not a massive fan of these, crossover Jurassic Park ones, but this one I do like. I like the actual dinosaur, the look of it as well, with the big frills and everything.
Must say, I did transform Transform Beast Wars Megatron, the Kingdom version. It was JP version. I had to get a bloody video out. I couldn't work it out. I couldn't work it all out. It was like,
wow, really?
Do you have to do it? I went, hang on a minute. No, wait a minute. No, this bit goes here. Wait, let me just get a video because I don't want to break it. Because I was thinking it's actually quite in depth. I couldn't help out for it. I was like, okay.
Right. This is what we were talking about a minute ago with the Optimus Prime, that they're doing two versions apparently. So the first one, so this is the translation of that little flyer part. It's called Missing Link CO1 Convoy. Now, I'm sure somebody said this is the toy accurate one, I believe, hence the trailer and roller and other bits. So you've got a little bit of a list there of all the bits you get with it. Scheduled to be released in late February. Reprint prohibited. So don't tell anybody we showed this. And then this version as well, which I believe is supposed to be toon accurate. So anime edition. So this will be, as you can see, a little bit different. Doesn't come with as much, so I'm guessing will be cheaper. So you got a choice. I don't know if Hasbro are going to do this. I'm assuming they'll take it because they take most things off Takara, but we shall have to wait and see. And again, late February is apparently when it's being scheduled to come out.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam. Quick question, sorry. Just on
Quick
the gun
question.
laws. You mentioned the gun laws. If Hasbro is Takara, if it's not being sold in it's US, right? So if Takara sell it, Is it gun laws worldwide?
No, it's Takara. It's in Japan, but somebody was writing a piece on Twitter, I think it was, about one of the reasons why it wouldn't have been unlikely to be real was something to do with some kind of gun laws over there about the way toys look. But I don't fully understand or know what the rules are over there. So I mean, it could just be because they haven't done it.
I thought right.
Well, it's in the US they changed the rules, but they changed that in part because of toys like Megatron. I don't know if it was entirely because of him. But anyway,
do you know Jamie? No.
We've got a 2-pack of Dinobot and Tarantulas, which is another Takara one. I'm assuming it's a premium paint job type thing, but there they are. So they're going to be coming out as well. So keep an eye out. I'm sure Kapow or someone will be getting them in. And that, I believe, is all of the mainline news. Not a massive week this week. So let's go on to third party, which is where I may need the help of my esteemed colleague, Mr. Alexis Austin, who's not been well, but hopefully he can fight through the suffering, because I don't know what all these things are.
Are
you doing that?
Believe it or not, this is the fun part.
Oh,
so
the thing.
So this is Transart Toys BWM11 Metal Tarantulas, or Tarantula as they're calling it, and it's the
Transmetal 1.
That's the one.
Tarantulas.
And it looks very good.
Hasn't got light up eyes. That's just an effect. That's painted eyes. So it will be painted to the nines. Obviously, most of them come with kit white gloves. So if you want to join that club with white men gloves, like Arrowfire does, then fill your boots.
White men gloves. What a bizarre club. There's his tarantula mode. Well, spider anyway. I think it looks really good because I've got the original toy and it looks a lot like that, but better is how I'd describe it. And I know people in the chat will have pre-ordered this. I'm sure Ian will have this on pre-order if it's up, and if he hasn't already, he will get it. What was this one called? This is the one everybody likes.
Contact Shop.
Just noticed Paul's gone. Just an empty chair.
So this figure used to go for $250,
didn't it?
300 quid, and now Make Toys are releasing their new version of it. It's meant to be Make Toys anyway. We'll find out.
Can you clarify? Is this a knockoff or is this like the proper version of it? Because there's it seems to be a lot of debate about whether it is the proper version, whether it's a knockoff, or if it's the people who did the proper version just doing this version of it.
So Make Toys, what they did, and again, there's like lots of different variations of it. The way that I understand it, and this is the way I'm going to sell it, right, is that Make Toys basically sold their designs off to a fourth party company, Yes Model, and they made this because they had extra stock, right? Or they had extra stock, and they sold their two other headmasters, which was at a low price. This never came out, right? So this figure was quite high profile, obviously the high top price tag. It's now come out at $80 plus postage, or depending on where you buy it from, which is about
cheap, isn't it?
Which is the same price as the Yes Model ones came out for, really. So Chrome Dome and Hardhead. The thing was that the knuckle figures were exactly the same because they found it's rumored that Make Toys they did it to themselves to give themselves that extra reach. So, which is a clever way of doing it, because I think Make Toys do make Tupperware normally. That's their day job. They have a factory.
I really thought you were going to say that you think Make Toys, because that would be revelatory.
This is their fun part.
Side hustle.
If you listen to the interview with Ramen Toys when talked to Bobby Skullface, he was saying that if you're in the factory game, you don't make toys because it doesn't make you money. You're in the factory game, you make factories, right? It's better for people to actually get space in the factory to be able to do this type of thing because it works out better. Because otherwise you have to supply a whole factory all year round, which is quite expensive. It's like almost like you want to have a WeWorks, don't you, or something like rent an office space rather than buy a whole real estate. So.
Right.
So the answer,
well, there you go. It's available.
There's your answer. Should have gone
the short version.
Yes.
We don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Sure. So you can get it anyway. So if you haven't, you can go and look and pre-order it. I don't know if Prime Time Toys getting this. I can't remember if the Great Moth
We can ask Off-Man when he comes on, can't we? Paul, are you going to get this?
It was 60 quid, wasn't it? And I was thinking about it.
80, yeah, but still a bargain compared to the normal.
$80.
It's $80. I think it's about 60 quid UK. Probably about 65 with postage. And I was considering buying this when it was like £200. And I said to Lisa, she was like, "Oh, I'll get it for you as a birthday present." And I don't know. Number one, I don't know if it's going to land on my birthday. I know that's not the most important thing in the world. But I'll probably cry if it doesn't turn up and open up nothing. And number two, TFN's around the corner. I kind of want to go there with that 60 quid and like splurge it on some fucking random shit on Toy stall. I feel I will get this at some point. There's obviously something, because I could have bought it by now if I really, really wanted it. I haven't bought it. I haven't bought it. I guess 60 quid.
Oh, sorry, mine's still on the shelf, so you didn't take mine when you came around the other day.
I didn't take that, no.
Not yet.
I wouldn't notice
I did get some other surprises in my bag. Why do you think I left at 8 o'clock? Only just about fit in my boot, all your stuff.
This is a Grimlock, isn't it? That's it, New Age.
New Age G2 color Grimlock. New Age do every pattern of the sun, so hence they're doing
swimming Grimlock.
There you go, Swimlock. So
comes with a sword.
Oh, comes with his leg filler kits as well. So if you look at those leg fillers, the criticism about this figure originally when it was released was the fact that the inside leg had you could see all the inner mechanism, the tail and stuff, which is folded in there. So the two bits on the left hand side, conveniently, parts forming will fold inside the leg to make it a cleaner robot. It does do the trick. But I don't think did they release this for the other versions? Because I've got the version. Did they release this for? I don't know if they do or don't. I'm going to have to look into that now. So it's interesting they've got the other leg filler kit for this. There we go. As you said,
have a look.
Sword. And
this is the Metroplex we saw last week as well, isn't it? KU model, and then a word I can't pronounce. Hai Shenhui. Anyway, it looks good, doesn't it?
They call it Legend Scale. It's 45 centimeters tall. It's it's less than I think it's about £100 or something, isn't it? It's about 100 quid. It's really cheap. It's got.
Isn't it Legend Scale because it's designed to interact with the Legends figures, though? I mean, isn't that what makes it Legend Scale?
It's the same. It's almost the same size as the Generations one, right? But it's very G1-esque. It's got like 12 light up. So I think what was it? Metroplex was the Generation was 50 centimeters. I want to say. 55 centimeters. This is like that much smaller.
Wasn't it about 18 inches or something? I can't remember what it was in centimeters because it only said inches on the box.
Hey Siri, what's 45 centimeters in inches? Wait a minute. Let's think about it.
Wait a minute.
That would be 17.72 inches.
17.72 inches. So it's like it's got a couple of centimeters off. So but it looks good.
Nice.
It's light up features, about 12 light up areas that you can play with and lose your batteries and stuff. So but it's very G1, very toy-esque, I think, more than Toon-esque, a little bit more.
Oh, definitely.
Jamie, would you get this? You're on mute, Jay. Would you buy this, Jamie? Wait a minute. Jamie is having old man syndrome. He can't work out to unmute himself. Oh, we'll come back to that question. Moving on, we do have.
Right. I fucking collect legends and third party. You've asked Jamie, the Chug Collector, if he'd buy it.
Why haven't you asked Paul?
Jamie, would you buy it? Something you don't collect? And ignore me?
Paul, you collect boxes and Joy Toy. You collect Transformer boxes and Joy Toy. What was the last Transformer you bought, Paul?
Hasbro Pulse.
What? All of Hasbro Pulse. You can't remember.
Tarn. I bought Tarn.
That famous Legends. That famous Legends and Masters. Famous Legends.
Well, as a third-party collector, Paul, what would you feel about this MB-23 Destroyer from Fans Hobby and their Master Builder series?
Do you know what, Andy? I'm glad you asked me that because as a third-party collector, I would be interested in this.
Are you gonna get Mr. Buster?
It's a different version, isn't there? One I haven't.
There'll be a Dreadwind version coming out.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
Yeah, same here. I think it looks very impressive, but I want the Dreadwind colours. So
it looks like a very poseable figure.
It does. It looks nice. Power Master looks good.
Are you going to get the Metroplex then, Paul? Was that what you were interested in? That?
Oh, we're going back to that, are we?
We are going to ask it as well. I'm interested to know now.
The moment has passed.
I can't hold it any anymore. Are you going to get the Metroplex?
The questions, they flow.
No.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thanks for that. Awesome.
That was worth it, wasn't it? Anyway, there's the jet mode. There's the jet mode again. It looks nice, though. You get that with a photo from the right angle, Paul. You'll be able to fool us all again.
Can you hear us, okay, Jamie?
Right.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, Christ. What's this one?
So the
K2 Toybot GoBots. Sorry, go on. What were you asking?
So I was going to say, Jamie, are you interested in that Metroplex? Would you replace your generations at all?
Isn't it smaller than the generations?
Yeah, by like that much.
We worked out. Alexis worked out using the help of Siri that it was a couple of centimeters shorter than the generations Metroplex, apparently. So it might actually fit into a Chug collection, and it is more toy, isn't it? Because the other one was supposed to be based more on the game at the time. So something to consider. Anybody know how much it costs? Do we know that
100
yet?
quid. 100 quid.
Really?
Oh, that's good.
That actually doesn't seem that much.
I would buy it at that.
Yeah. Right. This is GoBots Optimus Prime from
Sideswipe.
K2.
It's Sideswipe.
Yeah, well, it's GoBots. What do you want me to tell you? I ain't a GoBots fan. I don't know what this shit is.
Rohan, what are you doing? Explain this shit to us.
I don't know where this has come from, but I'm just oblivious to the GoBots line, so I'm sure there's a reason.
What size is it? I have no idea.
Didn't Hasbro use the GoBots name at one stage in history because they'd owned the name GoBots? Maybe it's from that then. Must be from that.
It is. It's Masterpiece. It's actually Masterpiece Retool.
RJ, calm your sails, son. You know, I only got the pictures just before we started. I can't just randomly reshuffle everything. Jesus, we'll get there, son. We'll get there.
It's a retool of Masterpiece Sideswipe because the legs. The legs look very similar to Sideswipe and Masterpiece. I reckon.
I was going to say it's not Masterpiece though, is it? It's not like Hasbro. It's just obviously using similar engineering.
Okay,
yeah. Nice though.
Looks like a way, the Takara one, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying like I know. Yes, me and my Masterpiece knowledge.
Ooh, if Owlfire is on air, could you message me your code?
Fire 1.
Fire 1. FYRE1. Fire 1 off.
Is that capital letters?
Is this real, or is this just like somebody's knock-up?
I have no idea. I thought sharing.
Loads of people are sharing this.
It's if you you shared this, Alexis.
I did.
It sounded like you just shared something which isn't definitely in concrete fact.
It's MP. MP4.
I can't tell if it's MP.
MP40 G2 Hot Rodimus.
It is MP scale.
So it might not be real and official as so much as somebody just recoloring it or doing a custom. But looks nice. The colours are wild. Lovely colour. And then Scorponok, RJ. Are you happy now? Are you happy, mother? Have I made you happy? There's Scorponok. Apparently by the same company that are doing Metroplex. So these are some renders of Scorponok. So we could get a Scorponok in a similar size. Now that's going to get interesting if that's the case.
The challenge is, though, is that I think that the Scorponok, the Titan Scorponok, is very hard to beat. And especially if you've got the upgrade kits to it as well.
Could I ask a question? When you're about to make a deposit and you put your PayPal or you click the options to pay, this is for Show Z. Where do I actually put Owlfire's code? Because it says not. I said enter coupon code and I put that and it says not valid.
Oh, yeah. Let's have a look at that.
It's something you have to press like site supporters or something. It's not normal the way you have to do it.
Isn't there a button at the like a tab at the top of the screen that says site supporters and you have to go through that? Yeah, I'm sure he said that.
Oh, right.
See, I don't really use Show Z. I wish in a way I did now. Sorry, Ian. It's not that I don't support you. I'll flog your shit for ages, but
so
they don't really sell me anything I want.
If you come back out of that, if you go to your main page, if you go to my account, click on my account.
Well, they're discussing that.
And then
questions in the fucking news.
Where it's got all the little social media, just to the right of that, it says
shopping during the news.
At least Alexis's questions are about the news.
Well, Jamie's is because he's obviously buying something we've just seen in the news or pre-ordering it, so it counts.
I'll do this after the show. I'm trying to use Owlfire's code, but
Ian might be able to jump on and help you then.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's another picture. There's Zarak.
Ian, I'll send you the StreamYard code and you can both do it on live.
live and
Do you know
unleashed.
what's annoying? That means all that other stuff I bought, I could have actually used this fucking code. I just thought it wouldn't allow me, so I had to use other coupons.
Oh, bugger. Oh, well.
I'm
It is what it
going
is.
to send you the screenshot, Jamie, now, so you can see what I've got it already. So
It is what it is.
After the news, we normally do pickups. Fucking hell, that was a quick news. No, it wasn't. It was 32 minutes.
It would have been a quick news. We may have had 1 or 2 delays along the line.
Right, let's do some pickup.
We now return to the Transformers.
Who would like to go first? What did you get this week? What?
What?
I'll go.
What?
I don't mind. I'll go.
Okay, all right, you can go.
Me?
Yeah.
I got this week. I picked up Man Flu. That's it.
Hey.
That's about it, to be honest. No, I got nothing
Illness
else.
banter.
No, I got nothing else.
I didn't get anything either.
I got nothing.
This could be the world's quickest show.
It's the week before Transformers Nation, TFN.
Right.
I didn't get anything.
I'm going to win mine really quick so we can go through. These are pickups. I forgot that I hadn't shown off on the show. I got that yellow hotshot, which I didn't mention getting it. But I didn't actually show on the show because I got it the week before. He's all right. That's the best I'll say about it. He's not bad. It's just he's not great. I'll be interested to see if they've improved the red one. One bot that is really good for a little bot, and I don't normally like the core class ones just because of the size, but I actually really like Bomb Burst. I just think he's a really nice little bot, and the colours and everything. In the little jet mode, the only thing I'd like with the jet mode is for the arms to tab in at the sides so that they don't just kind of move around because then they don't tab in. But that's a small thing. And then I bought it just because it was a tenner, and I thought, fuck it for a tenner. So I bought myself another Road Rocket. Now, the thing was, I had Road Rocket, and the one I had, I just wasn't impressed by. So I got rid of it. But then everybody keeps waxing lyrical about this mold. Like Jamie, I know that Jamie said it's one of his favourite ones of the year. So I thought, you know what? It's only a tenner. It'd be rude not to at least try it again. So I got that. And nothing else really, because it's I just not picked up anything else.
The trick is with Road Rocket is you should carry it with you. If you keep it in your person, leave it in your pocket and stuff like that, does it?
Stick in your pocket rocket. Yeah.
There you go. Transforms itself.
Jamie, did you get anything this week, sir?
I think I've just figured out how support succeeded. Yes, done it.
Did my picture help?
Yes, actually, your picture helped, and so did Alpha as well. Now, all I might say is, someone who's never done anything before, you should have actually fucking said that way back. Instead of just putting your stupid fucking code all the time, you should have said, this is how you do it.
I know. I've been going to my local Sainsbury's and trying to use the code. They fucking tell me the fucking
No. Disappointed. This is what I got is Fortnite. I got that for £5. It was on sale, so it's good for G.I. Joe. It's got a stand and stuff like that. So I thought it's quite cute. I got the black one, so because I don't really need to customize that much because it's just generic and it can be used for G.I. Joe figures. And because it was a £5 and it was a £5 posted, I got another one, so I got two. So it was like I think it came to £12 then.
It's a glider, right? It's an action for the action.
Yeah, an actual glider, and I don't know what the normal prices are. Maybe £15 or 20 or something. But the same store, which is it Toy Dip or is Toy? I can't remember.
Toy Dip. Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're good.
They've got the boat again on sale for £44. So I would rush to get that if you haven't got the boat for the Fortnite figures, then that will fix with your classified G.I. Joe figures, which are now part of the shared universe of Transformers, so the human Transformer characters. So it's all relevant.
Joe.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's it, Paul.
Hello,
awesome.
Joe.
It's not Blow Joe.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Blow Joe.
Blow Joe. That's a different film. You may have downloaded the wrong G.I. Joe movie.
I've downloaded the wrong G.I. Joe movie.
Wrong.
Right. I think it's time for a bit of Rohan's corner now. So let's
Rohan.
Hooks him out from under his shell. Come on, Rohan. And Rohan said he can't.
Don't kill yourself coaxing out Rohan. Oh, he's dying. He's gone. We shall
We're
remember.
best to play Rohan.
Thank you, my friends. Loving the excitement of the hyper as we build up to TFN. And although I'm not one of the cool gang turning up on Thursday or even on Friday, I hope to see a lot of you out there on the Sunday if you're still around. And this week I've got a special review for you. It is none other than the Oh wait, no, that's for my other channel. Wait, no. Transformers, right? Anywho, moving on to this week's episode of Rohan's Corner. You already know what it's about. It's part 2 of my assessment of the robots in Transformers Rise of the Beasts. And if you thought I was a bit harsh last week, well, you're wrong. And if you thought I was quite courteous to the portrayal of some of those bots, then yeah, you'd be right. Absolutely. Anywho, let's carry on with it, shall we? Next, we have Airazor. And to say that I was skeptical about this character when she was announced, especially to be played by Michelle Yeoh, is an understatement. I have never been a fan of the Airazor character. I find that she was forced in Beast Wars, not really had any character, didn't last very long in that series, and it felt like Hasbro were pushing another female character upon us because there weren't any. And when Airazor came onto the scene, I found she was really the standout character in Rise of the Beasts for the Maximals for me. Playing that link role between the humans and the Maximals and the Autobots really helped develop her character. We also get to see a fair amount of screen time and dialogue from her, showing some sort of strong bond between her and Primal before she ultimately meets her demise. And in her demise, we see a lot of character coming out of her as she fights her way against Scourge's underpinnings and gives up her life as a result of that, which is pretty epic. It's something we should see more from the Autobots. Speaking of Primal, I felt his outing was alright. Ron Perlman does a good job. He's certainly more gruff than Gary Chalk. He's confident and he's not arrogant like Prime. He's forthright and he stands his ground, but he has empathy and compassion, and that's showcased in this movie. He doesn't actually do that much. There aren't actually any really specific moments where I could say Primal did that. However, it's his general counsel that sold him as a character to me, the way in which he leads the Maximals. When they write the next Transformers live-action movie, I hope they base Optimus Prime more on the Primal character set, although more than likely Primal will still be there, so who knows. Talking about stoic, selfless leaders, we have Apelink. While he's not in it for long, it was refreshing to see this character included in the show, the passing of the proverbial mantle to Primal. It's a shame he's an ape, because Hasbro missed a trick. They could have created more toys. They could have created a new distinctive character. But no, they have another beast that's very similar in shape and form to Optimus Primal, so they didn't even build a toy for him. It's a bit poor, really, from Hasbro. Even though I understand there is lore around Apelink in the history of Transformers, having another beast for this character could have ultimately created more sales. Now let's talk about the Terracons. Firstly, let's cover some more Genericons. The millions and millions of Scorponok and Sweeps, as they apparently are known, or if you actually know them as Freezer and Novocaine. To me, they were never spoken about as Sweeps in the movie. They have no sweepish features or characteristics to me. I had no idea that they were Sweeps, and they were all totally over the top in my opinion. I much prefer it when the Decepticons or the bad faction are few in number but greater in strength, like in Generation 1. They are outnumbered, but they fight hard.
It's no use! We're outnumbered!
They fight strong, and they have the ability to take out the Maximals and the Autobots. Having 1 million of these drones does absolutely nothing for me. And to make matters worse, these Genericons are so hard to distinguish from their awful color schemes and their small stature, combined with very dark scenes. They really are poor for me. Bring back Frenzy or Ravage or even Scorponok from the first movie or Laserbeak. These were distinctive characters. We could see them. We could feel their distinguishedness in those movies. Next we have Battletrap. Oh, how I longed to see this character on the big screen. I have to say, I was really looking forward to seeing him because he's my favorite toy from the line, and I'm probably going to pick this toy up. And I do not collect movie line toys. That's how much I like the look of his aesthetics. But boy, was I disappointed with his character. Sure, he had a fair amount of screen time, he showcased a lot of brute strength, and he even took on 2 or 3 Autobots at once multiple times. Great. I loved his alt mode, and I still see a Mask Firecracker crossover in the making there. However, man, does this guy get shafted from a dialogue perspective. I mean, there's no character building whatsoever for him. I can barely remember him ever speaking in the movie. And when you only have 3 main villains in your pocket and 2 of them do all the talking, one of them does the majority only, then it beggars belief, really. Is this movie about the Autobots versus Scourge with a couple of thrown in sidekicks? Or are they supposed to be a faction of Terracons? I know he's just a muscle. I know he's just a goon. But Coptor in GoBots does a brilliant job with the vocal element of adding humor and comedy to a goon role, which doesn't require a lot of dialogue and could easily have been added here and was missed, if I'm honest with you. Again, another character let down by a scene cut from the movie showing off a delicious fight with Optimus Prime one-on-one. Why, oh why did they cut it out? Second of the Terracon trio is Nightbird. There's something ever so slightly Black Arachnia about Nightbird, but she doesn't have the charm or the vocals to match. She does have some cheek. Again, I felt she got more time to speak than many of the other characters we've already covered. However, it's still not enough to really make her stand out. And we need more Crasher, please. Some sort of cackling, distinctive characteristic to make her stand out. Lastly, we have Scourge. And yes, is he imposing? The initial scene with 8-Plink helped. The killing of Bumblebee also did wonders, but in the end, we would again end up with a lackey or a false leader, the likes of which we've seen in The Fallen, in Sentinel Prime, in Lockdown, who all end the same way, all have the same journey, and it's rather predictable, to be honest. We see him tortured by Unicron, but we don't get the full backstory on how he came into Unicron's servitude, which would have been far more interesting than some of the scenes that we actually got in the movie. I feel he had a decent portrayal and was well voiced by Peter Dinklage, but not as good as Lockdown. Nor had the impact of Sentinel Prime's defection, which was far more surprising at that time. So that's all the Transformers bots, isn't it? Well, not quite. We obviously had Unicron, the great planet eater who we catch a glimpse of in planet mode, pulling the strings above. Honestly, I can't really remember much more about him at this stage, other than he wants the transwarp key MacGuffin to find the Earth and eat it. It's a bit of a shame, really. We never got to see his power like we did at the beginning of the real G1 movie in '86, where the first thing we see is Unicron munching Lithone to shreds. Who knows? Maybe we'll see more of Unicron in the next 2 films, as this is the first part of a trilogy, but alas, only time will tell. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed my take on the Rise of the Beasts movie, specifically the Transformers characters and lack of, in my opinion, screen time and dialogue that they received. What was your take? Who was your favorite character? And do you agree with my thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. For another week, I've been Rohan. Back to the studio.
Transformers, Rohan's in disguise.
Paul's gone somewhere, so we'll continue the show. Don't worry. No.
Oh, okay, I'm not.
There we go. No giraffe gets left behind.
Oh, hang on a second.
Is that a special guest? Is that a special guest we have?
This guy might have to come to the TF Nation. This is the
is
giraffe.
She coming to TFN?
I think
you
assume so much.
I think Paul's coming now.
I'll be presuming all over her neck.
This is Jemima. Let's call her Jemima. There you go.
Yep.
Do you know what? You do have a bit
it's
of a rod
almost like
hole.
you tried to pick
a
the
rod
most
hole.
unsexy name.
Oh no!
Oh, Jemima.
Broke its neck. She's back.
Oh, she's back.
You do have a rod hole emu sort of like rod hole and emu sort of vibe about you when you brought that on the screen there.
I may have just
Rodimus
It's all fine. Everything's fine.
Emu. Well, listen,
Well,
Rohan, thank you so much for that. Absolute legend that you are. Now, yeah, I'm a bit flustered. People say I'm flustered. We've got a very special guest to welcome on to build up the excitement for TFN, which is coming in no less than 7 days today, or 6 days if you're one of the elite and you go on the first day. So just a few days to go, and let's welcome on the very, very handsome Primetime Moth. Hello, Graham.
Hello, mate. Good evening, all you gorgeous people. Oh, and Andy. It's nice to see you. He's a Friday guy. He doesn't count.
I know, we don't count them. So you'll be there on the Thursday and the Friday and the Saturday and the bloody Sunday, because you'll be selling your wares, won't you?
Yes, yeah. It is a bit of different build up to TFN this year. I put in our chat, like, the stock we've pulled down. You know, if anybody saw our stall at Manchester, we had a lot. I think already we've got about 4 times that, and we've still more to come down. So it's going to be a bit of an effort, but it's going to be worth it. Can't wait.
And I hear there's a rumor that you are doing more tables than you ever have done at TFN.
Yeah, we had. So at the mini con, if you got 2 tables, you get 2 at the front, 2 at the back. This time we've got 4 tables, which is 4 at the front and 8 at the back, so 12 tables, and we've got big shelves, and it is a frightening amount of stock, but a good amount of stock. It'll be good fun. Like, and we've got lots of things that we haven't listed before. Pincer movement. I have to say, there's a bit of me just excited to see everybody else set up and see what they've got. And the Leicester's toys are there. I'm looking to see Leicester boys what they've got. I've got my wee list from In Demand, what they want to grab. So, and I'm sure I've got a list from all of you lovely people to kind of look out for and see if I can spot things in the morning. Arrow Fires, I think he sent me an essay of things to look for, and he's asking for a live stream. And
did he ask if they take his coat?
Don't you think Arrowfire should just be ignored because he's already got something for his wedding? It's about,
he's selfish.
I don't know. Put someone else in front of the queue, like, I don't know, me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it should go in pecking order of Thursday crew, Friday crew, Rohan, and then Arrowfire.
I've got a better pecking order. Thursday crew. That's it.
Now, we were talking the other day, weren't we? And you said, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say, so I'm not going to say, you have quite a centerpiece up for sale. Are you allowed to say what it is, the special thing?
So, yes, we did have a centerpiece up for sale.
Have you sold it?
Yeah, so
what?
On the drive down to TF UK Con, we were talking about, like, what kind of big pieces can we get?
Class Megatron.
Awesome. Was 5 of them. And we wanted to get a Haslab Unicron. We decided, let's get a Haslab Unicron. We were so invested in getting one that so if you saw us at Minicon or you saw us at TFUK Con, we've got big banners that go on our tables. We've got another 2 banners. So one, I'll not share it, it's a kind of surprise, but one we picked as Unicron because we had bought a Unicron to sell at TFN in that headspace. That's the holy grail. How awesome is that? Getting that moment for somebody. But the word got out. I may have leaked that word, like you, Paul, for example. Wasn't maybe subtle enough. And we were made an offer, and it was an offer I couldn't refuse. And sadly, we will not have Unicron, but we will have other PCs that are big, cool, kind of holy grail PCs. We've got lots of stuff that is no longer for sale on the site anymore. We made a decision when we signed up for this that we would keep some stock back for stuff. So if something sold out, so for example, Jive is no longer available. FANSTOYS Jive is no longer available on our website, but we have some stock. We have secured some extra stock of FANSTOYS Warthog. We did sell out of our first batch, and we hoped our second batch would be in time. It's not, but we secured additional stock. So we have tried to make sure that stuff that Charlie, I'll share a story with that in a second for the Grand Max, and RJ's not happy with me about it.
Your sharing stories has caused that problem with Unicron.
Yeah.
You keep getting exciting stuff and you keep selling it. What are you like?
I know. So, yeah, no, the Grand Max.
TF Nation, you have fuck all to sell. You're just like there, standing at some tables.
Exactly. Just selling tickets to the gun show. So we've got some stuff like the Japanese and US Astra Train toy versions. We've never listed them on the site. We've only kept them for TFN. I put something up today because somebody had asked about it and they weren't going to make it to the show, and I thought to TFN, I thought it's not fair for them not to be able to make it to the show and not get it. So that's the Lucky Cat Devastator.
What's that, Ian? He doesn't really come to the conventions.
Nah, he doesn't. Does he exist in real life? Like, I don't know if he does. He's not in the Cool Thursday crew. He's just not in any of the Cool crews at all.
So the rumor is with Ian is if you say fire 1 3 times in the mirror at midnight, he appears.
Alexis, next Thursday night we'll get in front of a mirror and we'll try it, right? A few drinks in it. You want a beer? But yeah, so when we'd done the deal for Haslab Unicron, we bought a selection of other Titans as well. So we do have things like an LG Fort Max. We do have other PCs that are quite rare to get and hard to get hold of. One of the ones that was in there that was on my list, it was in a very much on my list of something I'd like, was the LG Grand Max. So when we did that deal, I took it for myself, and RJ was raging at me when I told him. But
are you still doing trades as well, like trades for bots? Yeah.
So
could I bring my Unicron down and actually get?
Mate, you could bring your Unicron down, stick it. Well, you could stick it on our stall. We'll sell it for you for 500% commission.
If you want,
so I don't you 400% of the price.
If you want, Paul, I will.
Rohan prices.
I'll swap my contact shot, my Peacemaker. What's his name? The original one for your Unicron if you want. It's boxed as well, so if you want, it's boxed.
Exactly. Sam's always asking for a FANSTOYS dead end. I can't wait to I'm going to package yours, Sam, when yours arrives, in wrapping paper with a big bow on it and everything. You've been so patient. Every time he orders anything, you got a bandit for me. So soon enough, that will be one we'll get.
I think Sam Thompson's been quite busy, hasn't he? Because didn't he go and meet Bobby Skullface?
I thought it was Bobby. Is that not the reveal?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
He's always touring, Sam is. He always goes.
I hope he's taking some photos, because if he's not taking any photos, we don't see this at TF Nation, I'm not going to be happy.
Sam does great pictures as well as pictures from TFUK.
Well, I hope great pictures of Bobby Skullface, not naked, just his face.
Well, what if he would you rather have Bobby without the mask and full clothes, or Bobby with a mask and fully naked? Jamie, that's a question for you.
I'd rather have the one where I get to see his face.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
You need eye contact, don't you? You want eye contact as you enter.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
it's go onto his Patreon. You get one of those. $10 level. $10 level.
So is it going to be you, Paddy, and Greg? Is it going to be the three of you? The
and we
Trident
also have
Prime.
our. You can't have a Prime time without a Mr. Prime, so we've got Audimus Prime will be assisting as well. So there's 4 of us for the stall. So yeah, there's loads. We're going to have a kind of sales section. Simon did the tech at TFU Con.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah.
Hodmus Prime. Simon.
Hodmus Prime. Hodmus Prime.
Hodmus Prime.
Hodmus Prime.
That explains a lot.
So yeah, so we'll have a sales section, limited stock section. So things like we've got like one Armada, one of the fans' hobby Armada Megatron. We've got a couple of things where we've got like 1 or 2 of. So we'll have a sales section, a last of section in there. We've got loads of fans toys, a pile of legends, a pile of other masterpiece, and we actually do have some Hasbro stuff, very limited, but some Hasbro stuff as well. So everybody's got to be something they could get from the stall.
Do you ever make Toys Utopia?
Can you save your questions for
just asking
after the show?
Yeah. No.
Graham, I just wanted to ask you, could you say...
Talk to me after the show.
Graham, could you just say Armada again, please?
There's been Armada.
Scottish love, eh? You love Scotland, Paul.
I do. I love Scotland loads. It's my favourite. Well, probably my second favourite. I like my home, but I do love going. I work in Scotland. I love Scotland. It was nice seeing you guys up in Scotland as well the other day. Although I accidentally stole Greg's toothpaste. I didn't mean to. I texted him in the morning.
You purposely stole it. Come on, just admit it. It's okay.
Okay. Well, he did actually mention. I mean, you didn't have to take it actually off his toothbrush before. It's like, Paul, no, my toothbrush.
With my tongue, as I kept eyes locked on him, I've stolen your toothpaste.
No, it's in your mouth.
That's when Graham went. There's been Armada. Because
kept eye contact all the way.
No, we can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see check out Prime. It's so cool that there's a fleet of you doing it, and some of the stuff you've got to sell is absolutely astonishing. But you like Kapow aren't going to be there this year, so everyone's a bit like, oh, Kapow have gone. But In Demand are still there. They're going to be massive, and it's great to see that Primetime Toys are going to be massive as well. And you would definitely be in the bar with us, won't you? When can you clock off?
Oh, yeah.
Greg's a taskmaster. Whoever you keep going to.
Yeah. Well, me and Andy have already got plans for the football on a Saturday night, so I'll be out. I think the Trader Hall shuts at 4, so we'll be out for about 4:30, ready for a beer. The Friday night, we're going to we can set up pretty much any time during the day, but I think we're going to just try and enjoy the day during with you guys, and then we'll have some food and then set up maybe 5. So we'll have a wee bit of time at night setting up. But we'll be out at night time, and then we're staying till the Monday, so
big foot it. And
yeah, can't wait.
We'll be cheering on Sunderland with you both on Saturday. So come on, you Reds. Right. Thanks so much, Primetime Moth.
Yeah, Man United.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and see you in like a couple of days almost.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That is pretty exciting. I'm really excited. I'm more excited this year about buying toys than I ever have been. I don't know why. I'm not sure.
I mean boxes. You don't have the.
The toys are all upstairs next to my bed.
I bought this box. I bought this box. I bought this box.
How was he doing that? Rock out.
Really haven't pushed you enough this week. This is why you haven't been doing those little videos.
I'm fairly relaxed. I think it's because I've been at work loads and haven't spoken to you. What is next?
For those who were concerned, by the way, Giraffe's okay. My laptop, the charger wasn't working. It started working, and then apparently it stopped. So
why did you have to charge your giraffe?
Bastard thing damaged.
Ooh, discussion time. No, foreplay.
Who doesn't?
Sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
Charlie, yes, definitely. I think I will dip into the Horus Heresy. It's a big Joy Toy news. They're going to do the Horus Heresy. They've just got the license from Warhammer to do that. I think a lot of us
What's
Joy
the
Toy
Horus
boys are excited. It's
Heresy,
Warhammer
sorry?
30,000. So it's set 10,000 years before Warhammer 40k. And it's all about how Chaos, the battle between the Emperor and Chaos. Pretty big news. But this isn't Joy Toy the show. This is Transformers the show. And we're doing our top 5 Action Masters. Jamie, I'll ask you to go first because you look like you've professionally done some work on this.
Done work. Yeah. A little bit. Not that much.
Yeah, so the Action Master I picked is Soundwave. And I think Soundwave is an easy one to pick because it just doesn't matter what line or version. Soundwave just always seems to look awesome. Even the Bayverse Soundwave is pretty awesome. Even the one when he's a fucking useless satellite, and he's, it's still pretty cool because it's Soundwave and he just has that coolness about it. So when you've got an Action Master which goes out of its way, the designer's done so much effort and work in creating a toy which has no joy and has no fun in it. And Soundwave managed to break that curve and actually be fun, even though it doesn't really come with a play set, etc., which the other toys had to come with, because apart from that, they'd be awful. And I don't know, the Action Masters definitely don't seem to have the magic that the Pretenders have for me. But when it comes to Soundwave, if it was to have an Action Master, I think I would get Soundwave. It's just something cool. And I also like to story in the comics, with the fact is, to re-energize themselves and to get their super strength and power. They went and got this Nucleon or whatever it was freaking called, the excuse, but then their cogs wouldn't work anymore, so they couldn't sort of like transform. Which makes me think if they'd got it in alt mode, would they have been fucked? If someone had Soundwave in a cassette form and just chucked them in there, would they have been stuck in a cassette and just went, fucking hell, playing BBC Radio 1. Yeah. So Soundwave for me, and someone's Cybertron.
Didn't that happen to Soundwave though in the IDW comics? He was trapped in cassette tape mode for a whole while, didn't he, in IDW?
I honestly don't know. You're the expert in IDW. I thought maybe that's something you could cover when you talk about your useless Action Master.
I will.
I feel bitterness, Jamie, towards choosing Action Masters tonight.
Yeah, but I've got to say though, a lot of the Action Masters, it's almost like they gave birth to the idea of the mini-cons.
Yeah.
Mini-cons and Micromasters amalgamating to give you, the mini-cons which we get now. All the sort of Transformers having a pet which they could interact with, and so it's like an evolution, isn't it? They try something new, it doesn't work, but at least they actually went and tried it. So you've got to give them fair credit for that. And I think the comic books pretty much kicked the story in and went back to G2 and had cool stuff of Optimus getting his face smashed in and stuff like that. But yes, Action Master would be Soundwave.
I remember seeing Soundwave on the little brochures you used to get, and I always wanted him because he had that really cool like rat trap or whatever it was that he came with. It's really pretty cool. So the one
it does look cool.
Yeah, it does. Now, similar to what you chose, I chose Blaster, and I had him, and he's actually right next to me. I can't be bothered to get him because there's lots more better Transformers in the way. But Action Master Blaster was the guy who I had, the first Action Master I had. Now, I kind of felt like I cheated with him because you can almost put him into like a tape mode, and you can probably do the same with Soundwave. You can like thrust his legs up, and I used to do that as a kid, not thrust my legs up, but thrust Action Master Blaster's legs up and make him into almost a tape deck player. He came with this cool accessory which stuck on his back. Did you? I done it too, Alexis. And
yeah, I did.
I believe you. It's cool. I believe you. And the thing goes onto his back. Wings come out, and there's you can't see it, but there's a little gun which pops out as well. And you can put this gun on top of that gun, and it pops out like a little gun periscope. So yeah, he was mine. I thought he was really cool. I used to spend ages looking at the brochure at all the other Action Masters and wishing I had them as well. I definitely remember thinking it was strange that we were getting Transformers which didn't transform. That was odd. And it was also at the time where I was looking at the Argos catalogue, and Transformers were taking up ever less and less space in the Argos catalogue. And I can't remember, it faded really down with Action Masters and Micro Masters, and then it almost went to nothing. And then Beast Wars came in, and that didn't last. So yeah.
That's a good way of judging it. It'd be interesting to understand, like, from the years 80s, how many pages of the Argos catalogue did Transformers take up? It'd be very nerdy to find out, but I'm actually very curious to get my hands on Argos catalogues from the 80s and just count the pages. And that's a half page. That's so 4.5 pages. That's 6 3/4. And then 2 pages. Oh dear. Decline.
Well, yeah, I think at one point it's not even the page. There were some. I remember getting the latest Argos catalogs, and there was no Transformers in it. It was like, my heroes are dying. But Lego kept a good amount of pages. They kept me going. Alexis, who did you choose as your Action Master of choice?
Sorry, I need to send you a picture. If I send a picture to the news, if you can put the picture up on screen, I'll talk about my Action Master.
When you send a picture to the news, what does that mean?
Because it's on my phone, so I can't share.
No, I get that. To Facebook.
Yes, on the Messenger, on our news chat, on our news feed. If you put a picture on the screen from the computer. In fact, I could probably do that myself, actually.
Or you could have just gone onto the internet and shared it.
Could have done that, but let's not do that. Yeah, if you can do that, I can't get to it. If you can do it, please, that'd be great.
Can I go while he's sorting it out?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I don't go. I mean, don't be go. I don't mean leave. I'm not that fed up.
I've had enough.
But I'm gonna try and
you go. Pull down on my photograph.
I am reaching that point because I'm on the second laptop at the moment, and that one's telling me that the Wi-Fi is shit at the moment.
Yeah, Alexis, that's okay.
Ha! Oh, God love the crew. I'm getting there. Just give me a second. Old age and all that. Right, here we go. Try it now. Is it on?
When he says get in there, was he okay?
Alexis, I'm not showing that. That's rude.
It's not rude. I'm Action Master.
It's not even the Action Master.
It's the Action Master.
Anyway, shall we move on?
That's not an Action Master.
Right, mainframe.
And Paul will
mainframe because I had him as a kid, and I don't like Action Masters, and he was crap. That's it. Mainframe. I don't know what else to say. Action Masters were poor, and I know people do like them, and I get that. I get that they might have a charm for people, but they just weren't very good. So I don't have much love. Mainframe's the only one, probably because I hated it as a kid. That's it, really. I couldn't even tell you what his little buddy's called. Pretty fierce cannon, so that's it, really.
I might not choose Action Masters as a chat again. I don't feel I've got the same amount of love.
It was a very strange choice.
Dildo.
I'm not gonna lie, because it just.
So what's wrong with the Action Master I chose?
It transforms, you prick. That's one thing that's wrong about it. Never mind what is actually wrong about it.
It's an Action Master.
Right, come on.
That was my Action
Master. That photo that you put in the chat.
All right, I can't use that. Okay, let me get up a different. Let me get up a different one then. Give me 10 seconds. Okay.
All right.
10 seconds. 10.
All right.
Time for discussion time.
We now return to the Transformers.
Okay.
Right. Tonight's discussion is we're going to be talking about the missing link of Transformers Optimus Prime being revealed. Wait, can I just try something? Right. Unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Nick,
right.
stop that.
Share that now.
Right, if it's not an Action Master, I'm going to kick you.
You can see it is. Mine is Action. So mine is Action Master Megatron.
It's all of them.
It's the page
the Action Masters.
Let me go to the right screen.
I love it when you do loads of work around our discussion.
I did, but you said no.
That's where you sent me a picture of a dildo and go, oh, share this.
It's a
and you just copied the wiki.
It was a transforming.
Kind of hoping my Wi-Fi drops out now.
It was a transforming rampant rabbit. It's still more action than any Action Master. So an Action Master. It was
Don't get smug with me. Because you shared the dildo. You haven't won this, Alexis Austin.
You don't want anything. Oh shit! I could have done crap.
So I actually had quite a few. I had quite a few Action Masters. I actually quite enjoyed them because for me they were too inaccurate, and you didn't get too inaccurate.
You sat in the throne of wise.
Exactly. So they actually didn't. So the box art was
maliciousness.
Look at the absolute tune accuracy of Devastator's scale.
I love Devastator. Right? Okay, okay, fine. This is charge and C minor.
People saying they misdrunk Alexis.
Okay, so the thing I loved about this Action Master is because what you could actually do with the actual.
It was an easy picture for you to fucking find.
No,
you can find it on the wiki. It was just there.
No, because there isn't a picture. There isn't a picture of the tank in the way that I had the tank.
Oh, did you used to do it as a? No, wait. I think he's saying something coherent. Did you used to make it like a actual transformer itself?
Yes.
Yeah, so did I.
So
you twist the legs around.
These feet here, these become the legs.
They're the legs.
And then you've got almost like the arms up here, and this sits on the top here, doesn't it? As a head. That the turret.
I didn't go that far.
The turret sits on top. And actually, it looks like a proper transformer.
Got too far now, Alexis.
No, because these are actually arms that come like that. So it actually looked like a transformer.
No, it did. Yeah, you are quite right.
Yeah, it's
like
a
GoBot. Jamie,
what's this?
I'll try and take
the Megatron tank.
No, I've got I've got a sort of Micromaster which is kind of very similar to this. The sort of same general color scheme, which I want it because it's the Decepticon it would have. But yeah,
I'll take a picture of it. I'll go into my loft and in the next. Oh, well, in the next week I'll go into my loft.
Is this another Carnivig situation?
Well, before we get.
You've still got my Starseed, but it's been like 8 fucking months now. He's still not done anything.
It's the area is ready. Look, the area
is ready.
The area is ready. So. He's down here. He's here.
He's getting closer to you, Jamie. He's near.
Ready to go.
He's not even taking him out the box yet.
I have actually, and I realized it's so. I'm going to do a proper
in the same way you transform Unicron.
Oh, okay, right. So this thing actually was so playable. Has so many different modes. I think it's like 4 or 5 different modes in the base, and I thought it just dicked over the Prime's trailer, which just folded out like every other fucking Prime trailer did. Right. This was actually pretty good.
Right, for the love of God, they're asking for Rohan singing in the chat.
Right, let's see the discussion.
That's it. There you go.
Thanks.
We now return to the Transformers.
Right, the discussion. So there's a new line coming out in Japan or China, which is the missing link, which is going to be basically G1 toys. And they're going to look G1 in both modes, but they're going to be really highly articulated. So you'll be able to transform them, move them about. They'll have articulated hands. The product shots we've seen of Optimus Prime, it's like his hands can move about. I think Hasbro will go crazy with this, and they'll come out and they'll be like £209 to like buy one thing. But the concept, I think, looks pretty cool. What do you guys think, JJ?
That's you, Jamie. You are now JJ. JJ!
I was getting there. Working out, go Jay. He's got a J in the name.
Just let me call JJ in bed.
To be honest, I'm not interested in that rubbish. I want to move forward, keep going forward. Don't go back to yesteryear when it was crap. I'm just not, no.
Join us next
So
week. I'm joking.
if you want to share, I've got I've got one of these missing link creatures caught in the wild. If you share my screen,
if they made articulated fucking pretenders, I would bite their fucking hands off. Oh,
I do get
that.
what you're
I'll
saying,
do next
Jamie.
week.
I feel a little bit like if they were going to, I don't know, something makes me think like if they had Ape Face, which I loved as a G1 Transformer, was actually quite a good looking Transformer in both modes. And you think the Dinobots as well. The Dinobots, if you get the Giga Powers Dinobots, actually in both modes, they don't look too different and they're fully articulated. That kind of makes that looks a bit awesome. But what I saw on the Optimus Prime is, you know how you get the G1 Optimus Prime, how he has like the rim there to go over in his hands to go over the wheels. Well, I'm sure in the photos I saw like the rim there, so you have this really thin bit, and then his arms there. And I don't know, that to me isn't the best of both worlds. That's like the worst of both worlds. Like if you could have him looking like the complete G1, almost a bit like Netflix Optimus Prime looks like. He looks like a great representation of the G1 bot. And in the Alt mode, he almost does, but not quite. If they could perfect that, so in the Alt mode, it looks like the G1 bot, and it's still a really good Alt mode as well, robot mode as well. I would buy that.
That's the bit I get a bit confused at when I was looking at it. But I understand reissues because it's something that you had as a kid, and it's a wonderful example again, and you get a chance to own that toy again. So I understand the reissues, understand variations of the reissues. I don't understand this thing when I could have the Netflix Optimus Prime, unless they're basing it on the original alt modes, which are the vehicle modes, which used to kick ass in G1. I could get on board with that. And I could get on board with the pretenders having articulation, but like you described the Optimus Prime, and from the pictures, I looked at the fake Megatron thing, I thought this is even more abysmal, but that was fake. So
I get it. So for me, the way that I see it potentially is it's the way that these interact with my childhood. I'd buy Prime and Megatron for my children and say, do you like these toys at all? If you like them, great. If you don't like them, that's fine. I'll get rid of them. But I thought, because again, sometimes for the younger generation who didn't grow up with Transformers, the Netflix, Prime, other things can be a little bit more involved. These things were simpler transformations, and they still had the fun factor, right? As you said, they had kick-ass alt modes, right? And I know that Ethan, my middle child, loves to actually have the majority. So he's got like probably 4 or 5 like main Transformers he plays with. He has them in alt mode most of the time. Elijah, my youngest, will sit there with one, just head on the carpet and just anything with wheels, really. He'll have a fridge magnet with wheels and just roll it across the floor, right? Miles, the other one, loves transformation. So I think potentially for children who didn't get to have the 80s experience that we had, this is a very good way of actually introducing them to Transformers for the first time. Because I think I got introduced probably at 5 years old. And I think things like, as you said, on Netflix and stuff, the later versions of Transformers are designed for us. So there's a little bit more involved. That's my only take on it. Otherwise, it's just something cool to have, right? You want to have a updated version of your nostalgia, potentially. Because if you're going to buy the original G1...
We have that,
Prime,
we call it the fucking legacy line.
Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
This is the G1 toys, though. This is the G1 toys with new articulation. The legacy line are literally updated figures, so the designs of them are far superior to what we had back in the 80s. But this is designed to have the nostalgia hit that people want, but giving them a bit more. Stu McIver made a really good point in the chat that they may well have looked at what's happened with the success that Master of the Universe had with their Origins line, where they took literally the original figures, gave them a bit more articulation that was modern. And they've sold really well. So they may have looked at that and thought, well, maybe we should have a look at this. But from what we understand, this is Takara, not Hasbro. It's Takara that are driving this, and the Takara that are trying this. And we'd have to see how it comes out, won't we? I think it's the G1 toy. I don't think it'll work for all G1 toys. You can't take a Ratchet or an Ironhide because those toys were abysmal. I mean, I don't think if you give it new articulation, it doesn't help.
To give an exact
but some of them, Grimlock and the Dinobots, that could work.
Hasbro did this with the G.I. Joe classified, not G.I. Joe classified line. They did G.I. Joe 3.75 inch figures again, updated version like the Origins line. And then for some fucking reason, they decided to revert back to what it was like You know, as if they were reissue figures again way back in the 80s. So they went back to the ring and all, and they just you know, made it awful. You know, so someone like me who was collecting the smaller versions as well, you know, I just literally just stopped. You know, in fact, I'm going to have to move my figures on at some point because, you know, I didn't like the way Hasbro changed the ballpark, you know, changed the rules halfway through. You know, so if they did do something like Takada was doing, I wouldn't be surprised if we just go back to being basically reissues again.
How many figures did they release before they did that? Sorry, how many figures did they release before they went back? Sorry, like
I think it was about a year and a half into it, or 2 years. It felt like that anyway in the UK.
Oh wow, okay, that's interesting.
You know, it was as soon as the Haslab project started, because I was so keen to get the plane for the Haslab. Then he said, and you'll have the vintage figures that would have been with this updated version of the plane, and you're thinking, so I'm not going to have the good old stomach crunch that your updated figures had and the superior articulation and the, no, now I'm going back to the pish figures. You know,
do you think they'll ever do Ring Raiders again?
Do you like being ring raided?
I used to love when my parents bought me Ring Raiders.
I like Ring Raiders. I had Ring Raiders, and the other one was it Megaforce, which were the little figures with Megaforce, which was the big base which transformed into something. Remember Megaforce? No.
Mantaforce.
No, Megaforce.
You mean Mantaforce?
No, not Mantaforce. Megaforce. If you Google Megaforce,
don't remember that.
It's like they're like so the cars are like that big. And then
I've got here, Google, Wikipedia, Megaforce or Megaforce is 1982 action film directed by stuntman Hal Needham.
Not filmed.
Oh, no, I found it. Megaforce, 1984, Toyland, loved by Gary Glitter and Philip Schofield. Ever Freedom is written.
No, that's not that one. Not that one.
Oh, sorry. Megaforce, 1986. Lost Profit done the soundtrack.
So what I was going to say, sorry. What I was just going to say about you mentioned about toys and articulation. If you look at Ramen Toys, we mentioned a couple times tonight. It's a good example.
Jimmy Savile was the bad guy.
The mask figures, right?
Only we'd know.
Right? Modern.
He was telling us all the time in Megaforce.
More articulation, right? And then you've got they did the Centurions, didn't they? As well. You don't remember Megaforce?
Megaforce. Even Googling it just brings up Power Rangers.
Wait there. You look at the wrong thing.
Oh, right.
It'll be a thing. Here. It will be a thing.
It's a Kenner toy, isn't it? Megaforce is a Kenner toy. And
yeah, so I had Goliath. There was Goliath. There was Ram.
Oh, I can see Goliath.
Yeah, I had Goliath.
Ram Fist.
I'm sorry. Are we all supposed to be Googling this? I haven't bothered.
No,
it's not share a photo or something.
We'll
share a photo anyway, so we can have a look at it.
Type in Ram Fist.
I'm sharing
Ring Raiders.
If you share my screen right now, you can see it's on there. I've got the Google Share. It's there.
It's what?
Dildos.
Bring back Starcom.
Starcom is so awesome.
Ring Raiders. Oh, you're showing that?
Dino
Raiders are good ones, though. Not for a decent price, anyway.
Is that?
Oh, redo Visionaries. They just didn't do it right. For Christ's sake, learn from you. Oh, hello. Who was that long-haired gentleman?
Is that a young Jimmy Savile?
You would
Ring Raiders.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I've still got my Goliath. I still have my Megaforce.
I don't want to put it up there, Jimmy. No.
Somebody shared like a clip that hadn't aged very well from the BBC where they're introducing a program, and it said literally the person who does the voiceover bits that introduces the program said, and now on BBC One, Prince Andrew helps Jimmy Savile with a very special project. Oh my God, that's not equality.
Did he sweat? Did he sweat? Did any of them sweat?
There was a Jim will fix it. Jim will fix his letter was like, "Dear Jim, I would love to be a singer. My whole life I've been concentrating on being a singer. I would love to be a singer. Can I be a singer?" Well, we'll see if we can sort that out for you. It turns around and Gary Glitter's there, walks out to go and train her to be able to be a singer. Awful.
Time for warm up. Time for warm ups. That's as far as I go, that joke. That's as far as I go.
Okay.
What were you talking about again?
Ring
Is it
Raiders.
Blaster?
Yeah, that's right.
Ring
Action
Raiders.
Masters.
So I had Blaster, and you flicked his
Blaster?
the button. You flicked his button.
Oh, Ass Blaster.
It extended.
Favorite of the Macromasters.
So.
Great.
I think we're done now.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else has got something else to bring to the table.
I got my missing link video if you want to see it.
No, I'm alright actually.
Right there. I'll get back up. Missing link.
I'll be playing some Baldur's Gate 3
Okay.
later. It just
Missing
released
link.
this week. Baldur's Gate 3. Awesome.
You'll be playing what, sorry?
Baldur's Gate 3.
What was it called?
There we go.
Ah, right.
This is it here.
Independence Day. It
Look at
shows a
this.
Bigfoot walking into frame, looking at the camera, and then picking up a baby before running off into the distance.
Oh, yeah, that looks realistic.
Woods, when a figure suddenly runs by.
Bigfoot.
The guy's
Bigfoot,
voice
missing
makes it sound completely
Oh, it sounds like
trustworthy.
all my kids'
Bigfoot.
videos they watch on YouTube.
No idea what the creature
Yeah,
was.
that definitely couldn't be a guy in a mask.
People are like, well, maybe there's just some guy in a gorilla suit
Oh
out
my
there staring at people.
God.
She has.
I just
Oh,
like how
I
all
like
these
Evil Man.
supernatural
That was-
creatures have figured
Missing
out
link.
how to. I just like how all these supernatural creatures have figured out how to interfere with all our modern mobile phones. So now we can no longer, take easy photos like you'd imagine.
How are they
you'd be
supernatural?
to-
How are they supernatural?
Well,
Real.
it must be to interfere with our fucking mobile phone technology.
That's
It
I
must
love
be
that's what we picked up
magical.
on.
I mean,
As-
I
as
just
you-
can't understand it. I mean, in the old
When-
days when people had film photography and had to fucking crank up the camera, they used to catch lots of pictures of these fucking things.
All right.
Now with the modern phone, where you could do 100 photos in 2 seconds, it's like nothing.
Okay. Let's do a deal, right? When we go to
Jamie,
Toronto,
though,
I
but
do-
you're talking to a man of science here. You're talking to a man of science. Come on.
When we go to Canada, we go to Toronto TFCon, right? I will take you into the woods and we'll go squatching.
You bloody won't.
And we'll
better keep eye contact, that's all I'm saying.
If I have an inch of fight left in my body.
We'll do some tree knocks. We'll do some tree knocks and we'll do some calls as well. And we'll see what listens back, right?
Poor
We'll
Alexis.
get bored with a fucking beer.
Nick, am I channeling you right now?
Right, cool.
I will take
would
you
you like to
into
finish
the
the show
woods.
off?
That
We've
just
got,
sounded like a threat.
Bonnie Tyler holding up for a hero. Pearl Jam. The Red Dwarf. BC Boys Sabotage. The
Whatever
Final Fantasy
doesn't get us
VII
copyrighted.
music.
Everything gets copyrighted.
Does it?
Yeah, it
No.
does.
Animal Hospital doesn't. Also, the
nothing
Limp
does that.
Bizkit. The Limp Bizkit finale did not get anything.
If you play it for less than 15 seconds, it doesn't get copyright. If you play it for more than 15 seconds, we get copyrighted.
No, the Limp Bizkit thing didn't get any copyright. We didn't even
That's
get a
right,
strike.
really?
We could have made money at that shit.
Really? Is that because we've got Limp Bizkit on the show right now? Or is that Andy Ryan? I can't tell. They're so old. They're both so old, so it's hard to tell.
Fred Worst.
I am pretty old. Fred Durst probably only about 5 years older than me. I'd have to look into that. And I did listen to Limp Bizkit in the day, so I'll live with that one.
Hyper
That's it,
Hyper
Soggy-
gives us a
Soggy Biscuit,
copyright
what?
strike almost. Sabotage doesn't. Stuart saying, does he go with the Hasbro Shadow Glass Hot Rod Sideswipe or MMC? Oh, Hyper Hyper's got 2 votes now.
Put it back on the screen.
Hasbro.
What are the options?
Get
Go
both.
back. What are the options? What are the options?
Get
Sorry?
both. Why not both?
Sabotage got 2 now. So Sabotage got 2.
I'll go Sabotage. I actually like Sabotage.
All right, we're doing
I'm not saying I don't like the
Sabotage.
others.
You say it so poshly. Let's go for a bit of Sabotage. Poshly.
Who, Andy?
Yeah.
How would you say it? Go on.
Sabotage.
Sabotage. I said exactly the fucking same way, you mentalist. You absolute mentalist.
You didn't.
You absolute. Shove your sword up your toil. Anyway.
All right, fucking Downton Abbey. Fuck me, Jesus Christ. He's like fucking pedestal today, aren't we?
Downton Abbey.
Fucking hell.
That's me, like. That's so me.
Get back in York. Get back in Yorkshire Manor.
You guys aren't really insulting each other, though, are you? Because mentalist means really intelligent person is intuitive, which Alexis isn't. And then you've got Andy
Red
who's not
Dust is
posh.
50s.
I'm kind of glad I'm not. Although the money would be nice.
Oh, yeah. The money would be nice.
All right, Sabotage.
Sorry, we played
Thanks
the
so
song.
much. Sabotage one. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Like loads. Hopefully, we'll see you next week at TFN. If you do, please come and say hello. We would love to see you. And we'll spend all night with you. And we'll get you drunk and we'll do shots. And
Alexis will take you in the woods.
Paul's buying.
Yeah, up to 4 drinks until you're ruined, and then all drinks are on you.
4 drink limit.
That's why I put that little cap on my bottle to stop people hitting on me.
Is that what you stab everyone's? Is that what you stab people's hands?
Yeah, that's why.
Sabotage.
Company command! This is first platoon! We've lost the square! We can't hold it!